Good morning. It is 7:30 here and we are just back from our morning walk. Our morning walks are looking a lot different these days because Hawk got a bike for his birthday, so he has been trying to cycle with us as we walk. And it starts off okay because when you leave our house it's downhill, but then about halfway through the walk it becomes uphill, and uphill is a lot harder for 4-year-old teeny tiny little legs. So it can be a little bit challenging at times, but we made it. We are back and we're gonna put Gray down for a nap now because she was up bright and early this morning. Actually, Hawk was up the earliest. He was up at 4:30 and then Gray got up shortly after that. She was up just after 5 o'clock. And we actually have a really big day ahead of us. We are headed out to a pride run, and it's actually a virtual run, but we are meeting up with a couple other families. Since lockdown restrictions are finally now being lifted, we can kind of get back to some sense of normalcy a little bit, I guess. So we're gonna go meet up with two other two-mom families and let our kids all just run around the track. I don't know how much footage I will get from it, but I will try to at least get a little bit of Hawk doing his little mini race. It's a great race. It's hosted by a community center in Toronto, and they usually run like a huge race, and Jen and I have run it a few times in the past, and it's a phenomenal event. But since Pride is not happening once again, we are just making the best of the situation. So that should be great. It is a big day for, well, it's going to be a big day for everyone though. And after we do our little mini race, we're gonna head back to another family's home for a little bit of a pool party. So I think the kids are gonna enjoy it. And I know I am definitely looking forward to just doing something that kind of feels a little bit normal. So while Gray naps, Jen and Hawk are just gonna have a little bit of quiet time and just kind of chill out a little bit. And I am going to get going on our deck. We have been working at scraping the paint off of our deck for probably 2.5 months now. It has been a very, very slow process. But what I have realized is that if I get to it after the rain or when it's like really, really hot outside, then the paint comes off a lot easier. So I'm gonna work at scraping this since it rained last night, and the journey continues. Let me show you what it looks like though. We're getting there. We are actually getting there now. So the deck was painted this bluey color, as you can see, and so far this is what we have scraped off of it. It's actually a huge deck. It wraps around the side of the house as well. But yeah, so I'm gonna scrape some more paint off. Then we'll give her a sand down eventually and seal it up, and hopefully not have to worry about a lot of deck maintenance for at least a couple years, I hope. I don't know. If you have any tips for paint removal on a deck, let me know. I actually find the process of scraping the deck almost like meditative. I appreciate how like mindless of an activity this is. And so I actually don't really mind doing it. I don't like doing it when it's super duper hot out, but when it's a nice cool morning like today, I don't mind. All right, I'm gonna get to it. We'll see you guys again soon. Hey, Gracie, would you like some milk?
Okay, have a lot of fun on running around your track, okay? And when you come back, you can do a check mark if you want to, or draw a little picture, or whatever you want to do, okay? All right, ready?
So as you could see, Gray was very determined to try to catch up to all of the other kids who were running. Overall, I think most of them did about 2, 3, maybe 4 laps or so. But this little track was the perfect size for them. I think it helped them to feel fairly accomplished, and we were also able to keep them fairly close to us as well, because the other side of the track was maybe 50 meters away. I don't even think it was that. But yeah, so here they come. Pretty speedy little kiddos, if you ask me. Look at them go. Pumping those arms. All right, and now it's time for some water, obviously. When we finally got home for the afternoon, the kids were totally zonked. This is Jen sneaking Hawk downstairs for some quiet time. They like to have a secret little quiet time where they watch a movie, and we pretend
Do it again.
that I have no idea that it's happening. And once Gray got up from her nap, the kiddos had a little bit of playtime, and then we had an awesome visit with their Uncle Roy, who's a good friend of the family. Then we headed over to my parents' house for dinner. So overall, it was a day that was totally packed full of people and visiting, and everybody slept very well afterwards, because after being in lockdown for a full year, it's really strange to socialize as much as we did. But all in all, an awesome day, and we just kind of took Sunday as a rest day, but here's a little footage from Sunday as well. One of Gray's new pastimes is taking shoes to whoever they belong to, or just relocating them entirely. So this morning she grabbed all of our shoes and threw them over the gate. Clearly we needed to get the kids out of the house, so we headed down to the waterfront for a little bit of early morning fresh air. Okay, so what did you buy with Great Grandma Swallow's money? With Gigi Swallow's money?
I buy a camera.
You sure did.
Now I'm going to take a picture of it.
Okay, take a picture of Gigi Swallow. Hawk picked up this awesome camera from Value Village with his birthday money from his great grandma. He also bought the rocket, but as you can see, that didn't work out so well.
I don't think I'm fixing this right now.
Are you satisfied with that now? We went out for lunch.
With no kids. Look at the back seat. There's no kids back there.
Empty. First time in, I think we figured out that it was like
2.5 years.
No, it wasn't 2.5 years. We decided that we were out for our anniversary.
In 2019.
Oh. Okay, so it's been a long time. It's been a really long time since we have actually...
Oh, no, 2020. Yeah,
so it's been a year and a half. That's still a long time, a really long time. So things are finally starting to open back up for us. We are no longer in lockdown. You can't...
Ish.
Okay, so we're ish in lockdown. But you can't sit inside of a restaurant yet, but you can sit on the patio. So our friend very, very kindly offered to come over and watch our 2 children for us so that we could go out and have a meal together. And it was very much appreciated. So we went to Paramount Fine Foods. It was awesome. Food was great. It was super quiet on the patio. We actually tried to go to another restaurant first, but it was totally packed there and we didn't have a reservation. So we just flipped over to Paramount and it was great. And now we're gonna get some Dairy Queen because why not? Because we can. What'd you get?
Is that even a question? Obviously, peanut butter cup. That was the only selection to get at Dairy Queen.
I don't know. I disagree. The chocolate brownie extreme is also delicious.
Thankfully, you have better taste in wives than you do sisters.
Cheers, babe. Well, this video kind of ended up becoming a weekend in the life of as opposed to a day in the life of, but hopefully you enjoyed hanging out with us. I am going to pour myself a glass of wine now and get us all ready for the week ahead. Thank you so much for joining us today. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.